Welcome back to Open, everyone. I'm Rhina Valentin, your hosty Café con Leche for the next hour. Always inviting you to get social with us online, that is. Tweet us and follow us on Instagram at BronxNet TV or like us on Facebook at Open BronxNet Television. And of course, while you're there, don't forget, follow moi on Twitter, FB, Instagram, Insta Stories, LinkedIn, Snapchat at Rhina Valentin. So, our first guest is a talented actor and playwright hailing from the Bronx who continues to make a name for herself in the industry. She's acted in many shows, including Law and Order, Sex and the City, Blue Bloods, and films such as Righteous Kill and The Purge election year. She's also worked on Broadway and has played in Pulitzer Prize winning plays, including Riverside and Crazy by Stephen Adley Gurgis, right? Gurgis, excuse me. And Water by Spoonful by Chiara Alegria Hudis. And did I say that right? Yeah, Hooties, all right. So she has new upcoming projects she's currently working on, and she's here to tell us more of what to expect. Please welcome actor and playwright Liza Colon-Zayas.
Thank you. Man, we go back, and oh, sorry. I'm like, whenever I'm around you, I'm just like a giggly kid.
I love it. I love it. And you're right, we do go way back. And I can't believe this is the first time I'm having you on the show, but a lot of it has to do with the fact that you're very busy and you're traveling all over the United States doing these wonderful gigs, working with these amazing actors. Congratulations on all of your accomplishments.
Thank you so much.
It's so inspiring, Liza. And really, let's just share a little bit about your origins and how this all came about. I mean, because it looks like it just happened overnight, but we've been at this for a minute now. I mean, and then you with Lambert Theater, which is, I believe, where your roots are from, right?
Well, originally, Labyrinth started in 1992 as a reaction to a Broadway show called Death and the Maiden that is supposed to have Latino actors in it, right? South America. And they were putting it up on Broadway, and the producers did not hire a single Latino in the play. So they said, in New York City, they said they couldn't find any. So John Ortiz, Paul Calderon, and a few others, you know, in reaction to this began Labyrinth Theater Company, which was originally Latino Actors Base, just as a place where we can come together and work on our own stuff and write our own stuff and get outside of our own comfort zone, beyond the stereotypes and things that Hollywood thinks we are appropriate for.
Right, the stereotyping that occurs within casting. And so, and you have broken quite many boundaries.
Thank you.
Just being you, being from the Bronx. And when I say that, I mean you come with your authenticity into the characters that you play. Let's talk a little bit about how difficult that's been for you, just in climbing those ropes, being an Afro-Latina, Afro-Puerto Rican from the Bronx.
Well, you know, I grew up in the South Bronx when it was on fire. I still live in the Bronx. And I've had to learn to embrace who I am, how I look like. And thankfully, Labyrinth helped me do that because they gave me chances to not play just the silent maid or the hopeless junkie with no name and no backstory. They helped me embrace that I am a strong woman. We see them everywhere. We have one on the Supreme Court. And what I'm saying is, however you look, if you look like me and you're from the Bronx, do not listen to anyone who is trying to tell you, just play your type. I have fought to play. I've played doctors, lawyers,
Judges.
Yeah.
You're the judge that sentenced Robert De Niro and Al Pacino.
Al Pacino, Robert. Like, that was surreal to be standing in front of them and telling them how this is going to go down. So if I had listened and just worried about what the world sees me as, I wouldn't be here. I've traveled the world. I've done Shakespeare around the world, opposite Philip Seymour Hoffman.
May he rest in peace.
May he rest in
peace. And he's also part of Labyrinth, right? He was a dear friend of yours.
Yes. And, you know, I believe he's still here. Watching us through. We're now 27 years into existence and following our mission to do theater that looks like the people we ride the subway with. And so
And that's
I carry
important.
that.
It's
That's
important.
right.
It's absolutely
That's
important
right.
because when we watch TV, we want to see ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And you're a perfect example of that. I mean, I think what also is something for us to discuss that is very important is that a lot of individuals go into the acting field thinking that they just want to be famous and they just want to be like the lead actor and you serve as this role of saying, you know what, I'm a working actor, and that to me is a lot more important than being in that spotlight, right? Let's talk a little bit about the differences in that, because you've played up against like really big names, Will Smith, we already said Robert De Niro, Al Pacino. I mean, you've been on Law and Order, you've done The Titans, you've done Louis. I mean, I practically have your resume memorized because I walk around with this orgullo of just watching you work, and you're in there.
Yeah. Well, like I said, the most important thing is to be truthful to who you are. Because if you don't look like a supermodel, someone else, you're not going to get easily the opportunities. So you got to trust who you are. You have an accent, work it. You have a Spanish accent, doesn't mean you can't do Shakespeare. Follow your heart. What moves you? You want to be an influencer? That's your choice. And everything is going to be difficult. Everything is going to take work. No one gets there overnight. You have to work hard at the area. You want to be in a sitcom? Learn it. It doesn't mean that if you're poor and you don't have someone, it's never been easier for you to find out on your own how to be the best you can. When I was starting out, my mom was always supportive, but no one taught me how to go through how to find the path.
Right.
Little by little, how to
right?
navigate.
Yeah.
I had to, figure out, okay, the truth is, the man who said he loved me at the time said, you'll never make it as an actress. No one wants to see a little chubby Latina on TV. And maybe he meant well, he thought he was trying to protect me, but at the end of the day, I followed my heart, took an acting class. That led me to get to know people who told me what they were doing, to this acting class, to that acting class, to buying this newspaper, to go to this audition. Next thing you know, I'm at Labyrinth. Next thing you know, I'm learning, engaging, but mostly I'm figuring out that it's okay for me to say, no, that doesn't make me feel good about myself. And yes, to people who may, not believe in me, but I have to believe in me. I feel I'm good enough.
Right.
And keep trying to be the best I can. There's so many things you don't have control over in this business. I would say I've had hundreds of rejections. But, you get in your feelings, and then you got to keep up and keep going because everyone gets rejected. So you keep fighting and embrace who you are. I've stopped straightening my hair for auditions.
Yes,
unless
sister,
I'm playing,
curly,
I'm
curly.
playing, a real life character who I just don't do it anymore because you cannot tell me that I'm not appropriate to play a business person or CEO or your lawyer because I have curly hair. That's racist,
right?
And I'm not going to do that.
Beautiful. And so before we go, let's really quickly just drop some of the upcoming projects you're working on over the summer.
Okay, I am, in a couple weeks, I'm shooting a film with John Boyega, the new, Luke Skywalker, on the latest Star Wars series.
Love
and,
it.
I play his boss, a defense attorney.
Look at
and
you.
He's a new up-and-coming lawyer, and it's a sci-fi/social justice film.
Nice.
The next thing, I'm doing a short by Lola Glaudini, who is phenomenal actress, also Labyrinth member. She's wrote this role for me, and Elizabeth Rodriguez, Orange is the New Black, shooting that in Iowa. And then after that, my theater company is, we are working in being sponsored by Pegasus Pictures, where we do an intensive ensemble, where we encourage writers, actors to create new stuff.
Love it.
And keep it going for our 28th season.
I love it. Congratulations on everything. And I'm so happy that you finally made it here to our studios. You know I love you, Liza. We've known each other for so many years.
Thank you so much for what you're doing.
And seguimos pa'lante juntas. All right, empowering each other. Bravo, bravo. And thank you for sharing it with our audience. Mwah. All right, you guys, once again, for more on Zayas and her upcoming projects, please make sure to follow her on Instagram at Liza Colon-Zayas _LCZ. We have to take a quick break, but when we return, we'll hear about an art show giving creatives a chance to showcase their work. Don't go anywhere.